In this video, I'm going to show you a step-by-step process on how to change the transmission fluid and filter in this Chevy Colorado. It should be pretty much the same from 2017 to 2022. It should also be the same for a GMC Canyon. And this vehicle has an 8-speed transmission. I'm going to give you torque specs, I'm going to give you tips and tricks along the way, how to make this the cleanest, the easiest, and the fastest way possible. One tip I'm going to give you is the transmission pan that I'm going to be reinstalling on this vehicle is going to have a drain plug in it. So instead of pulling this pan down, getting transmission fluid everywhere, the next time this is changed, you can open up this drain, let it all drain out, and do this nice and clean. A couple things you want to have before we start this project. You're going to need a transmission fluid filter. It's going to look like this. It's going to have this kind of little spring in the middle. It's going to have this tab right here. And then there's a seal right here. We need to put a little bit of O-ring grease on this. And then we also need 7 quarts of the correct fluid. This is a very important tip I can give you. You're going to want Mobile 1 with the blue label. Now Mobile 1 makes another ATF with a black label. You don't want to use that one. You don't want to use Valvoline Max Life, and you don't want to use the GM factory brand either. If you use this stuff here, if your vehicle has that little bit of shudder, this pretty much fixes the shudder problem. Now you can also add a little tube of Lube Guard. That's kind of an anti-shudder friction modifier. It's a little red tube. They used to be about 10 bucks, now they're almost 20. So what I recommend, you change the fluid with this fluid, and if you still have a little bit of shudder, you can always add that Lube Guard later. It'd be really easy to add it. But we're gonna need 7 quarts of this fluid, and I only recommend the blue label Mobile 1. You can do most of this up on car ramps to give you some more room, but when we check the fill level, the vehicle has to be flat on the ground. If I'm going to be changing fluid under a vehicle that I know is going to make a mess, I just grab a lawn and leaf bag, cut that open, and it makes a nice little floor protector. Right here is the transmission pan. Now this bolt right here is to check the fluid level when it's running, but we're going to go ahead and remove this just in case that's over full of fluid. We can get some out of here first. You just need a 10mm socket, and this is not going to be very tight. Just go ahead and pull this out and let it drain into your bucket. Nice to see some fairly red fluid whenever you're going to change the transmission fluid and you don't know its past history. Now we need to get to the part that everybody dreads. We need to loosen up these 6 exhaust bolts. You got 3 on each side, because then we need that exhaust to drop down just a little bit to get the pan out. Easiest thing I found, you're going to need a 15mm short socket with a swivel, and then depending on what size it is, I adapted it to 1/2 inch. So you can get in there and kind of move this around to get into position. And I like using the impact driver to take these out. Now to make it a little easier, I like to use a knocker loose. You want to spray this on there, on the threads, on the nuts, let it soak for about 10 minutes, then spray them down again, let them soak for another 10 minutes, so that the knocker loose has soaked on these nuts and bolts for about 20 minutes total, and then it should break them loose. Alright, so I've got the 3 nuts off on the driver's side. Came off pretty easy because I let that knocker loose soak for quite a while. Now if yours are pretty rusty or they're rounded, you can get a kit like this. Now these are nut extractors. So even if you have that all rounded off, you put one of these on, and as you turn it to the left, it's fluted inside there. It will cut into your nuts and free them up. I don't care how rusty or stuck they are. These nut extractors will take off just about any nut, any size. Alright, so once you get your exhaust nuts all off, you're going to slide your exhaust back. You'll see there's a hanger right there. You need to slide it back about 2 inches, and then it will drop down. But now you'll see my exhaust is back and down, but you just might need to lubricate that hanger right up in there to get it to come all the way back. Just spray a little bit of silicone lube up in there, and then that hanger will slide right out. So right there is the fill plug. Now you just want to get under there with, you can either use a flat blade screwdriver, needle nose, or a body clip removal tool, and just pop that up and out of that hole. There's no threads, it just pops up. So this is what the fill plug looks like. And you just use one of these body clip removal tools to pop this up and out of the way. Now we can loosen up all of the bolts around the transmission drain pan. And I like to do from about right here up towards the front on both sides and let the pan drop down towards the front. Then I have my oil pan up there towards the front. So you just need a 10mm socket. So this is a oil transfer pump. This is a quick and easy way to get a lot of the fluid out, so when you pull the pan, it doesn't spill all over the floor. All you gotta do is connect it to a 12-volt battery, turn it on, and it will suck out all the fluid. All right, check that out, guys. 5.5 quarts pumped out, not a single drop on the floor. Now we can go ahead and remove the pan. Okay, so once you have that last bolt out, you try to balance this pan on your hand. Come forward, let it drop down for that exhaust. All right, guys, check it out. There's maybe 1 quart of fluid left in there, and not a drop on my floor anywhere. All right, I'm just going to dump the rest of this fluid in my bucket. Now if you're going to reuse your drain pan, you're going to clean this out the best you can. You can use some brake cleaner to clean it all out, and then just kind of check and see if there's any metal in here. This one is super clean. These are actually some magnets. You're going to pull these out and clean those off as well. Now that's our transmission filter right there. We're just going to pull that straight down. And then you can drain some of the fluid out of the filter as well. Now when you go install your new filter, that kind of tab sticking up is going to go inside that slot right there. Just make sure it's inside that slot, and the filter should feel kind of springy. Now before you install your filter, there's a gasket right here. I highly recommend you put just a little bit of O-ring lube on there. Then just smear this around. The filter installed, you see how it's springy like that? That means that tab is lined up in that groove. That's where you want it. Here's the old original pan. Here's the new one that has the drain plug. I just cleaned off the magnets and transferred them over. I've got the magnets all cleaned off. That's all the grit and grime that came off the magnets. If you want to reuse your old gasket, that's up to you, but here's what the new gasket looks like. I always install a new gasket. All right, so now you just want to hold the transmission pan up. You want to get a bolt on each side. Try to thread it in at least halfway on one side. I'll go to the other side. Then just thread this all the way in as tight as you can get it with your fingers, and then that will pretty much hold it in place so you can get the rest of them in. Tighten up our transmission pan bolts. Now these bolts we want to torque to 7.5 foot-pounds. But first you want to go around all the way around and just get them snug. And you want to start in the middle. So you can start here, and then you crisscross. So if you do this one, do the one on the other side, and then do this one, do the one on the other side, this one, the one on the other side, and then come back here. So you want to tighten from the center out. First time around, get them snug, and then we're going to go to 7.5 foot-pounds. Come over to the other side. Now we can reinstall the exhaust, and this is exhaust gasket maker. I just smear a little bit of this on my finger, rub it around the flange before we bolt it together. You don't want to put all this back together and have an exhaust leak. Go to that around the exhaust flange, and now we can go ahead and bolt the exhaust back up. Just don't forget you got to slide that hanger back in place over there. You want to take some of this anti-seize lubricant and put on your exhaust bolt threads. That will allow it to not seize up and be very easy to take off for next time. So all you do is brush a little bit of that on the threads, and these nuts will never lock up again. All right, so now we're going to torque these to 37 foot-pounds. All right, so now you want to make sure that that check plug is in, and then we can go ahead and start to refill. We're going to add 7 quarts of fluid. All right, now we can go ahead and start adding fluid. Just about everyone has one of these manual pumps. It will take you quite a while to put all 7 quarts in if this is all you have. Or you can use the little transfer pump and pump it all in that way. And using the little transfer pump, after about 2 minutes, all 7 quarts are in. Go ahead and put your fill plug back in and close it up. Drive the truck around for about 10 minutes. So we want to drive the truck around so the transmission shifts through all the gears. So the transmission creates friction, the friction creates heat, and the heat heats up the fluid to operating temperature. You don't just want your truck to sit there and idle in the driveway. The transmission cooling system will keep the fluid cool. You need to drive it around. Once we get back, we will pull that check bolt, and then there should be fluid come out of that hole, and we're going to let it run out until it comes to just a trickle. Then we know we have the correct amount of fluid. Now we're going to remove this check bolt. Now if you have fluid out, just wait until it comes to a slow trickle and then put the bolt back in. And that's all there is to it, guys. This job's complete. Now if you put on the new transmission pan that I'm using with the drain plug in it, this job will even be easier next time. I'll put links in the description down below how to get everything off Amazon, have it show up at your doorstep in 2 to 3 days. Do this all in your home garage. Don't take your vehicle to the dealership. Watch my step-by-step video and get it done on early Saturday morning and still have time to go out for breakfast. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and thanks for watching.